This is Margin Machine, where we follow the money behind AI. Last year, over 2 million people searched for how to make money with AI tools, and the number one result they found was almost certainly someone on a yacht telling them it's easy. Here's what those videos don't show you: the actual cost structure, the realistic ceiling, and the one thing that kills most AI side hustles before month 3. Let's set the table first. When people say AI side hustle, they usually mean one of 5 buckets. First, AI-assisted content services, writing, social media, SEO. Second, AI image and design work using tools like Midjourney or Adobe Firefly. Third, AI automation builds, think Make or Zapier workflows sold to small businesses. Fourth, prompt engineering and AI consulting. And fifth, productized AI services, where you package a repeatable AI output into a fixed price offer. These are not equal. Some of these have a $500 a month ceiling. Some have a $15,000 a month ceiling. And they all have completely different time to first dollar timelines. So let's go through them one by one, and actually do the math. The most crowded lane. AI-assisted writing, ghostwriting, LinkedIn content, blog articles. This is where most people start because the barrier to entry is almost zero. You need a ChatGPT Plus subscription at $20 a month, maybe a grammar tool like Grammarly at another $12, and a place to find clients, Upwork, Fiverr, or cold outreach. Here's the honest range. Beginners on Fiverr are charging around $15 to $30 per blog post. Established freelancers with a niche, say, SaaS, legal, or finance, can charge $150 to $400 per piece. If you're producing 4 pieces a week for a small roster of clients, you're realistically looking at $2,000 to $5,000 a month within 3 to 6 months. But here's the part nobody mentions: the market for generic AI content is collapsing. Clients are figuring out they can prompt ChatGPT themselves. The people winning in this lane are those selling expertise wrapped in AI speed, not just AI output. If you can't add a layer of real knowledge, your rate ceiling is low and it's getting lower. This one's more interesting, and more misunderstood. Tools like Midjourney, around $10 to $60 a month depending on your tier, and Adobe Firefly baked into Creative Cloud, let you produce commercial-grade visuals fast. The use cases that are actually making money right now: custom brand illustration packs, print-on-demand product designs through platforms like Printify or Redbubble, and AI-generated stock image licensing. The print-on-demand angle is real but slow. Most sellers report that it takes around 200 to 300 active designs before passive income gets meaningful, and even then, average monthly earnings reportedly land between $300 and $1,500 for mid-tier shops. The ceiling is higher if you run paid ads, but now you've got ad spend eating your margin. The faster path is selling design packs directly, Etsy listings for AI-generated logo kits, icon sets, social media templates. Top sellers on Etsy in the digital design category are reportedly clearing $3,000 to $8,000 a month, but those are outliers who've been at it for a year or more. Realistically, expect $200 to $800 in your first 6 months if you're consistent. Not glamorous. But it compounds. This is the highest ceiling lane that almost nobody talks about properly, and it's also the hardest to get started in. The model is simple: small businesses have repetitive workflows, lead follow-up emails, invoice generation, appointment reminders, data entry, and they will pay to have those automated. You use tools like Make, formerly Integromat, Zapier, or N8N to build those automations using AI as the intelligent layer. Pricing models vary. Some people charge a one-time build fee, anywhere from $500 to $3,000 depending on complexity. Smarter operators charge a monthly retainer for maintenance and updates, $300 to $800 per client per month. If you have 5 retained clients, you're looking at $1,500 to $4,000 in recurring monthly income. But here's the real cost nobody talks about: the learning curve. Getting proficient enough in Make or N8N to sell this confidently takes most people 2 to 4 months of genuine study. And finding those first clients requires outreach, relationship building, and probably a few free or heavily discounted builds to build a portfolio. Tool costs are relatively low. Make's paid plans start around $9 a month, and N8N is open source, but your time investment up front is significant. This is a 6 to 12 month runway before it feels like a real business. This is the one that sounds like it got overhyped and died, and partly it did. But there's a version of this that's actually holding up. Selling prompt packs on Gumroad or Promptbase. That market is saturated and the price points are tiny. Most prompt packs sell for $5 to $15, and you'd need to move hundreds of units to make it meaningful. That ship has mostly sailed. But the consulting angle is a different story. Companies, particularly mid-size businesses in industries like real estate, recruiting, legal, and marketing, genuinely don't know how to implement AI effectively in their workflows. If you can walk in and show them a concrete ROI-positive use case, charge a consulting day rate of $500 to $1,500, and help them implement it, that's real money. Some operators in this space are reportedly billing $5,000 to $15,000 for a structured AI implementation engagement. The catch? You need credibility. You need case studies. And you need to stay current, because this space moves fast. This is not a hustle for someone who watched a few YouTube tutorials last week. It rewards people who have genuine depth, either in AI or in a specific industry vertical. Let's pull it all together with a realistic monthly snapshot for someone starting a lean AI side hustle today. Tool costs: ChatGPT Plus at $20, Midjourney at $30, Make at $9, a simple website or portfolio at around $15 a month. You're looking at roughly $75 to $100 a month in baseline tool costs before you make a single dollar. That's actually very low compared to traditional businesses, but it's not zero, and you need to account for it. Time investment: most people underestimate this badly. Client acquisition alone, outreach, proposals, follow-up, can eat 8 to 10 hours a week when you're starting out. Delivery takes another 10 to 15 hours depending on your service. You're looking at a real part-time job, not a passive income stream, for at least the first 6 months. The realistic income range for someone 6 months in, working consistently across one or two of these lanes, is around $1,500 to $4,000 a month. Not life-changing on its own, but genuinely significant supplemental income. The people hitting $8,000 to $15,000 a month are typically 12 to 24 months in, have a focused niche, and have productized their offer so they're not constantly reinventing the wheel. The number one thing that separates the people who get there from the people who quit? They picked one lane and stayed in it long enough to get good. So where does that leave you? If you came into this video expecting a shortcut, you might be a little disappointed. But if you came in wanting the honest picture, what things actually cost, how long they actually take, and what you can actually expect to earn, now you have it. The AI side hustle opportunity is real. The tools have genuinely leveled the playing field in ways that didn't exist 3 years ago. But the underlying business fundamentals haven't changed. You still need a specific offer, a target client, a way to reach them, and enough time to build trust. AI just makes the delivery faster and the margins better. If you found this useful, subscribing to the channel means you'll catch every breakdown we drop. We go deep so you don't have to guess. And there's one more question we haven't answered yet: which of these AI side hustles survives long-term as the tools keep getting smarter and the barriers keep dropping? If you want to know which income models are actually durable as AI accelerates, watch the video on your screen right now.